guys, it is MissSimReno. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I'm very excited you decided to join me here today for another speed build. And also, happy September. I wanted to get this out on September 1st because that seemed pretty exciting considering that it is now officially fall, at least where I am. So I am in New England, which I have mentioned probably like 5 million times at this point, but I am in New England, so fall is right around the corner. There are actually some very early kind of, well, not like early bloomers, but there's some trees around where I live that are already starting to change color. So the leaves are already turning orange and red and yellow, and some of them are even falling, and I am just over the moon excited about it. Fall is definitely my favorite season. I think like fall and spring are probably my favorites, but I'm very excited for fall. I can't wait for all of the fun outdoor activities to take part in. And this is actually around the time where I can start going outside again because I am not a fan of summer, like at all. I don't like sweating. I don't like feeling like overheated. It is just not my thing. So all in all, very excited for fall. Happy fall. It's officially happening in my book. And we are now in September, as I have like a weird gasp there. But yeah, I wanted to actually go ahead and kind of just get in the mood. So this is called the Autumn Family Home. And basically I made this family home, which I was thinking of keeping it for my save file because I did build it in my save file save. So you'll see some of my other builds across the street because this is basically across the street from the little charming blue suburban, which was the Crandall family home, and the Pancakes residence, and another one of my builds. So I'm thinking of keeping this one in my save file, but I would have to change it completely because I basically wanted to make a home that was decorated for fall, a little bit on the exterior, and also completely decorated for fall on the interior. So literally everything inside of the home is basically influenced by the season, and I wasn't thinking of making it like a Halloween or like a spooky build at all. There are some pumpkins and like jack-o'-lanterns on the outside, but it's not overly spooky. I wasn't going for that, which but let me tell you, I'm very excited to do that in October. I have a few ideas for different things that I want to do, and at that point we will have Realm of Magic 2. So I'm thinking there are probably going to be some build and buy objects that can kind of tie in with maybe the spooky stuff pack that we have and some of the other random packs that we have gotten that actually have items like that. So I'm very stoked, but right now basically the structure is pretty much together, and it did take me a little while to figure it out. This was my second go around because what I was trying to do, basically I saw this house on Pinterest that had blue siding. It was like dark blue siding and like a bright orange door, but this was the only door in game that was this color orange, and it didn't really fit the style, at least for me. Like I really wanted to use the season's windows and everything like that, and at first it didn't really fit, but at the end of the day, I really like how it came out, especially these accented like country flagstone pieces on this build. And I don't know, I thought it was really pretty. And of course in build mode, because I didn't have like a family on the slot and go into build mode. I was just in, I don't know, regular build mode. I just went in on the lot and started building. So you'll see in the screenshots, it actually is fall. So I did this during the fall season in my save file. So the trees are all different colors and it just kind of has that fall glow, and I absolutely love it. But right now I'm going through the debug menu and I'm pulling out tons of debug plants to do the landscaping around here. And I do actually cut out a lot of the landscaping because it was very repetitive and I kept on having to go back into that menu and pulling out a bunch of plants. As you can see, I made a pile in the front here of different plants that I wanted to use, but I did have to keep going back and forth, and it honestly took a lot of time, so I do cut out some of that. So I do apologize if you guys wanted to see the entirety of the landscaping, but it was very repetitive, took a long time, and I didn't want the whole video to just be the same thing over and over again. So I was thinking I was doing you guys a little bit of a favor because even though I love watching landscaping, I don't like seeing all of it if it is super repetitive. I usually just listen to the voiceover at that point. But here I'm placing some jack-o'-lanterns outside. Those little pukey ones, they crack me up. I adore them. And I wanted to put them inside too, but I felt like putting the pukey gut pumpkins inside would be kind of a little weird when we're thinking about like realism here, right? But I do toss a few of them near each of the stairwells here. And I do toss those little trees out there too, those decorative plants that came with seasons. I never used that one because it just doesn't really fit into the style that I usually build in, but I thought it was perfect here because it did add that pop of orange to kind of complement the door color and the other jack-o'-lanterns and stuff like that. And then we jump inside, and I do work out the floor plan. It's very simple. This is a 2-bedroom, I think 1-bathroom home, if my memory is serving me correctly. I only built it, 2 days ago, but I don't remember. But I really, really liked how it came out. So in the interior here, there's like a little entryway, and there's a half wall that separates at least from the living space, but the entire first floor is very open. And I really liked that because I wasn't really able to separate a bunch of rooms on the first level. Like upstairs was kind of a struggle even to get the 2 bedrooms. So I really liked this kind of big open floor plan because it's something that I do fairly often. I don't section off too many things, at least. I don't know, I don't feel like I do, but yeah, I really liked it. And I go ahead and put the kitchen over here in this corner, and there is that doorway that goes off to kind of like the back. I'm calling it a porch. It could be a greenhouse if you wanted it to be, like a greenhouse that would be attached to the home itself, but I'm thinking of it as just a porch because I use those new windows from the Mosquito Stuff pack, which, let me just be honest. So I've probably said this before, the pack is okay. Like, it's not really my style. I don't use a lot of the items. For me, it was worth the $10 just for those windows and door. Like, it was totally worth it for me. So if you are kind of on the fence and $10 isn't too steep and you're kind of like wondering, should I get it? If you're a builder, like that would be perfect. And I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but it just came to mind. So I figured I'd reiterate. And also I wanted to note, like now I'm just kind of brain dumping a bunch of stuff because I haven't done a build. At least it feels like a long time at this point, but it's really not. I am behind on the Not So Berry challenge. So I did post the 100 Baby Challenge episode 5 yesterday, which was so much fun. It was so fun to kind of get back into that because it felt like a very long time since I had done that too. And I will be filming for Not So Berry today, and I'm hoping to get it out either tomorrow or Tuesday. And the reason for kind of like some delays, if they've even been noticeable, is because I did start a new job 2 weeks ago, and it basically was a complete alteration to my schedule. Before, in my previous job, I did have some late night shifts, so I didn't start till like 12:30, and I worked until 9. And that was kind of nice because I could spend the morning like getting ready, maybe doing some builds, getting some content out there, and I had some more free time in that respect. And I also had some days that I was able to work from home, so like on my breaks and everything, I might dive in and then hop back on to work. So now I work a regular like 8 to 4:30, 9 to 5 if you really want to call it that. So I do have a lot of evenings free, but since I am up at 8 every single morning, I'm going to bed a little bit earlier. So it's just kind of been a schedule adjustment, and I've kind of had to figure out how to balance everything. So if that is something that you've noticed, kind of like a gap or kind of a lack of content, that is why. So just bear with me as I kind of figure that out and work out what works best for me. But now I've pretty much talked through the entire thing. I am so in love with this dining room table and the little setup that I put there. And I did want to include a fireplace since I did put the phony chimney outside. So I was really excited to kind of put it kind of at the end of the dining room table. I thought that was so relaxing. I don't really know how else to explain it. It seemed so relaxing, and I don't use a lot of the seasons items, like the actual buy items. I don't use a lot of the buy items aside from maybe like the lamp and some of the couches sometimes, so being able to use those chairs was really nice. And I loved decorating the fireplace here too with just some fall leaves and some pumpkins, and I loved putting those candles and little pumpkins as a centerpiece on the dining table too. I thought that was really pretty. It seemed very cozy and kind of homey too, so I was imagining that maybe the family that lives here has like the grandparents over or some close family friends or something like that, and they all get together for Harvest Fest or something like that, and it's just a very cozy spot. And I was just completely in awe as to how comfortable it looked. Like I wanted to jump in game and sit there with the fireplace going, and I don't know, it just seemed so nice. And I went with, of course, a lot of like neutral colors, a lot of kind of earthy tones, because to me that screams fall. So of course I use the fall curtains from Seasons 2, and that's why, even though I do want to use this house I think for my save, I do have to completely change the interior, at least with like some of the curtains and the decorations, because they are strictly fall decorations. And I didn't use the fall curtains here, but I thought those were kind of pretty. They do still look a little autumnal, if you will. And this is just basically kind of like the little hallway, the little stairway And then there are basically doorways off to all of the rooms. And I just put another couch here and a little side table and a plant and a light because, as I've probably mentioned before, I have no idea what to put in these little kind of like entryways, I guess. And yeah, I thought it still looked really cozy because I didn't want it to look really boring and like not decorated. And here we are in the only bathroom. So yeah, there is only one bathroom in this build. So I was only picturing a family of 3 Sims. So a mom and a dad and their teenage daughter is what I was picturing, because the room itself is not really designed for a child. It's really designed for a teenager. But I really, really like what I did with both of the bedrooms. I don't usually decorate bedrooms this way. It seems like every build I talk about how I don't usually do this, but I seriously don't. It was kind of a challenge to pull out items that would fit the vibe of fall and autumn and not just use explicitly seasons items. So that was really nice, but I did really like this bed, and I loved putting that artwork over the bed too, because I never use it in that swatch, but that was really nice because I think it still fit in with the curtains and the vibe I was going for. And I do put a bookcase here in the corner, and then I put a desk here for, you know, either mom or dad or whatever. So this is explicitly their little desk area, and those sweet, sweet little lights with the fall leaves are just so pretty. I love the orange glow that they give off. So it was really fun to do that, and it just looked like a very cozy spot. And I do use this mirror too from Outdoor Retreat because I thought it was perfect. It looked very autumnal, kind of like rustic, and I thought it fit in really nicely. And this is when I discovered the little leaf banner here, and I was so excited I had to put it somewhere. So I put it in the entryway, and I put one over the fireplace as well because I thought it was so, so cute, and I just could not resist using it. And then I move on to the daughter's bedroom, which I actually really like. It is kind of small, but I do give her, you know, obviously a bed, her own dresser, and a desk too, so she can like write in a journal. Or do I give her a computer? I think I give her a computer too. So she has her own little area to kind of do homework and basically just have her own little space. And I thought that was really sweet. And yeah, I just absolutely loved it. It's very cozy, and this is definitely how I would decorate my house. I totally would, even though lately I've been going with a lot of kind of distressed white wood. I mean, it's a trend, it's a thing, but I absolutely adore it because it looks clean, even though it still looks a little worn, if that makes sense. But I would totally decorate my house like this. I think it's really, really pretty and cozy. And I've said cozy like 5,000 times already. I was about to say 5 million, but I've said that before too. So welcome to the Sunday morning voiceover, everyone. But yeah, her room is very cozy. I really liked it, and I don't use that chair either. I think that came with cats and dogs, so I really liked using that chair for her desk as well. And now I move out to the little porch area, and I wanted to make sure I put some skill building items out there, so I do use the flower arranging table and the easel. So I don't know who necessarily uses it. I didn't dive too deep into the personalities of the Sims that may live here, but I did just want to make it look very fall-esque. And let me just say, so hanging these cards was a pain because I had to eliminate like tons of wall space to actually prevent it from clipping onto basically a wall surface, if you can say that. And it was kind of a pain in the butt, but I did figure it out. And yeah, I just kind of put like some plants out here and a little seating area, so maybe the family could sit there while, you know, mom or dad or the daughter were, you know, painting, if they were arranging flowers, whatever the case may be, just a little hangout spot. And I thought it was really cozy. And this is when I realized that I didn't decorate that little hallway either. So I hung up some artwork and then jumped back onto the porch. And I just put a couple of plants out there because I did want some greenery. And at least since it's inside, it's not like these plants are going to change with the season. So I thought that that was kind of a nice touch too. And I love those rugs from Laundry Day. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but I absolutely adore those as well. And outside I just put some planter boxes and the little beehive, and that's pretty much it. There aren't too many activities outside, but I really hope you guys liked this kind of like autumn fall themed build. I don't think I'm going to do too many of them. I'm just very excited for Halloween, but I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you guys next time I post a video. So thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. vessels out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond dawn. A bigger scale, the